Have you ever looked up at the night sky? I mean, really looked. Far away from the city lights where the Milky Way spills across the darkness like a river of diamonds. You see countless stars, billions of them in our galaxy alone. And our galaxy is just one of billions in the observable universe. It's a staggering thought. The sheer scale of it all can make you feel small, but it should also make you feel something else. It should make you feel curious. Because with all those stars and all those potential planets orbiting them, a question naturally arises. It's a question that has haunted philosophers, scientists, and dreamers for centuries. Are we alone? This question is one of the most profound we can ask. It cuts to the very core of who we are and what our place in the cosmos might be. For most of human history, we could only speculate. We told stories about gods and monsters in the heavens. We imagined other worlds based on faith and fiction. But today, we live in a remarkable era. We have telescopes that can peer into the distant past. We have rovers crawling on the surface of Mars. We are actively listening for signals from the great beyond. Science has given us the tools to turn this ancient question into a testable hypothesis. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, is no longer just science fiction. The numbers are simply mind-boggling. Our Milky Way galaxy contains somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars. Many of those stars, we now know, have planets. Some of those planets are likely in the habitable zone, that sweet spot where liquid water could exist on the surface. If even a tiny fraction of those planets develop life, and an even tinier fraction of that life became intelligent, there could be thousands or even millions of civilizations out there. So, the question shifts from if to where. Where is everybody? This is the famous Fermi paradox. The universe is ancient and vast. There should be evidence of other civilizations everywhere, yet we see nothing. This cosmic silence is both eerie and exciting. It could mean we are truly alone, a singular spark of consciousness in an empty universe, or it could mean something far more interesting. Perhaps other civilizations are out there, but they are so advanced that we can't even recognize their existence. Maybe their technology is indistinguishable from the natural workings of the universe. To even begin to search for them, we need a framework. We need a way to think about what a truly advanced civilization might look like. We need a way to measure the unmeasurable and categorize the unimaginable. This is where our cosmic journey begins. How do you measure a civilization? You could try to measure its art, its philosophy, or its political systems, but those things are complex and subjective. They might be completely different for an alien species. In 1964, a brilliant Soviet astrophysicist named Nikolai Kardashev proposed a much simpler, more universal metric. He suggested we classify civilizations based on something that all life, everywhere, needs to survive and grow: energy. The Kardashev scale isn't about how smart a civilization is or how peaceful it is. It's about how much energy it can harness and control. It's a ladder to the stars, with each rung representing a monumental leap in power. Kardashev originally proposed three main types. A Type 1 civilization is what he called a planetary civilization. It has mastered all the energy resources of its home planet. This means controlling the weather, harnessing the power of earthquakes, and capturing all the solar energy that strikes its surface. Think of it like this. A Type 1 civilization has complete command over its own little world. It can draw power from its oceans, its atmosphere, and the very core of its planet. Humanity right now is not even close. We are still a Type 0 civilization, getting our energy by burning dead plants and animals. We have a long way to go to reach the first rung. Next up is a Type 2 civilization. This is a stellar civilization. It has outgrown its planet and can now harness the total energy output of its host star. Imagine building a colossal structure that completely surrounds your star, capturing every single photon of light and every particle of energy it emits. This hypothetical megastructure is often called a Dyson sphere, named after the physicist Freeman Dyson, who popularized the idea. A Type 2 civilization would command the power of a sun. Its energy needs would be billions of times greater than a Type 1 civilization. It's a scale of power that is difficult for us to even comprehend. Finally, there is the ultimate level on the original scale, a Type 3 civilization. This is a galactic civilization. It has mastered energy on the scale of its entire galaxy. A Type 3 civilization could harness the power of billions of stars. It might draw energy from the supermassive black hole at the galactic center. It could colonize or utilize countless star systems, moving resources and information across thousands of light years. This kind of civilization would be like a god to us. Its presence would likely be visible across intergalactic distances. It would be a master of its cosmic neighborhood, a true ruler of the galaxy. The Kardashev scale is more than just a scientific classification system. It is a source of profound inspiration. It gives us a cosmic roadmap, a vision of what humanity could one day become. It challenges us to think bigger, to look beyond our immediate problems, and consider our long-term destiny in the universe. The scale excites astronomers and astrophysicists because it provides a tangible, physical sign to look for. Instead of listening for a simple hello on the radio, we can search for the waste heat signature of a Dyson sphere or the engineered movements of entire star clusters. It turns the search for life into a search for cosmic engineering. So how do we even begin to categorize civilizations we haven't met? It seems like an impossible task, like trying to describe a color you've never seen. But in 1964, one scientist gave us a brilliant starting point. His name was Nikolai Kardashev. He was a Soviet astrophysicist, and he was thinking big. He was working with the SETI program, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. He realized that if we were going to find anyone out there, we needed to know what to look for. And what's one thing any civilization, no matter how alien, would need? Energy. It's the universal currency of life and progress. Everything that happens, from a single thought to a star being born, requires energy. Kardashev proposed a simple, elegant idea. Let's classify civilizations not by their biology or their culture, but by the amount of energy they can control. This approach cuts through all the messy details of what an alien society might look like. It doesn't matter if they have tentacles or wings, or if they communicate through light pulses or telepathy. What matters is their power. How much energy can they harness from their environment? This became the basis for the Kardashev scale. It's a way of measuring cosmic ambition. It's a ladder that stretches from a civilization just learning to control its homeworld to one that commands the power of an entire galaxy. It's a bold concept. The scale he created wasn't meant to be a perfect final answer. It was a tool for thought. It was designed to help scientists focus their search. Instead of just pointing a radio telescope at a star and hoping to hear a simple hello, the scale suggested we could look for something much grander. We could look for the physical evidence of massive energy consumption. This changed the game. It meant we could search for the byproducts of an advanced civilization, like waste heat or gigantic structures. Kardashev gave us a new set of cosmic glasses. He helped us see the universe not just as a collection of stars and planets, but as a potential landscape filled with cosmic engineers. This idea resonated far beyond the scientific community. It captured the imagination of people all over the world. Why? Because it speaks to our own aspirations. It taps into that fundamental human drive to explore, to build, and to grow. The Kardashev scale isn't just about aliens, it's about us. It presents a possible future for humanity, a future where we overcome our current limitations and take our place on a galactic stage. It's an inspiring and frankly a mind-blowing roadmap for what a civilization can achieve if it survives long enough and dreams big enough. It's a story of potential written on a cosmic scale. Let's start with the first step on this cosmic ladder. Kardashev called it a Type 1 civilization. This is a society that has achieved full mastery over its home planet. Think about that for a moment. Full mastery. This means harnessing all the energy that is available on a planetary scale. A Type 1 civilization wouldn't just be using the fossil fuels buried underground. That's a baby step. They would be capturing 100% of the solar energy that hits their world. Every photon from their star that reaches their atmosphere would be put to work. It's the ultimate form of solar power, on a scale we can barely imagine today. But it doesn't stop there. A planetary civilization would also control other natural forces. They could harness the immense energy of geothermal vents, drawing heat directly from the planet's molten core. They could tame the weather, preventing hurricanes and redirecting storms to where water is needed. They might even be able to tap into the energy of earthquakes, diffusing tectonic stress before it builds into a catastrophic event. They would have complete command over their planet's systems. Nothing would go to waste. Energy would be so abundant it would be almost free. This civilization has truly become the master of its own house, a perfectly sustainable and powerful world. So where are we on this scale? Right now, on May 24th, 2024, humanity is not even on the ladder. The famous physicist Michio Kaku estimates that we are currently a Type 0.7 civilization. We are taking our first baby steps. We still get most of our energy from burning dead plants, coal, oil, and natural gas. We are only just beginning to tap into solar, wind, and geothermal power in a significant way. We are far from controlling the weather. In fact, our actions are destabilizing it. Reaching Type 1 status would require a technological and societal leap greater than any we have made in our history. It would require global cooperation on an unprecedented scale. The journey to becoming a Type 1 civilization is the great challenge of our near future. It involves transitioning completely to renewable energy sources, building a global power grid, and learning to manage our planet's resources with incredible wisdom and foresight. It's a monumental task, but it's also a necessary one if we hope to survive and thrive for centuries to come. The first rung of the Kardashev scale is not just a distant science fiction concept. It is a tangible goal. It represents a future where humanity has solved its energy problems and learned to live in harmony with its home world. It is the first great test on our cosmic journey. Once a civilization has mastered its planet, what comes next? You grow. You need more room, and more importantly, you need more energy. This brings us to the second rung on the ladder, a Type 2 civilization. This is a stellar civilization. It has outgrown the energy budget of its home planet and has begun to harness the full power of its local star. The sun that warms our world puts out an incredible amount of energy every second. It's about 1 billion times more energy than a Type 1 civilization uses. A Type 2 civilization captures all of it, every single watt. It's a leap in power that is almost beyond our comprehension. How would a civilization even do this? The most famous idea is a megastructure called a Dyson sphere. First proposed as a thought experiment by physicist Freeman Dyson, this isn't necessarily a solid shell. It could be a swarm of trillions of independent solar collectors orbiting the star in a dense formation, capturing all of its light and energy. This energy would then be beamed to wherever the civilization needs it. Imagine a society with the power of an entire star at its command. Its technological capabilities would seem like magic to us. They could power planet-sized computers or fuel interstellar voyages with ease. Their home would no longer be a planet but the entire star system. But why stop at just one star? The universe is filled with them. This leads us to the final, ultimate level of Kardashev's original scale, a Type 3 civilization. This is a galactic civilization. It has learned to harness the energy output of its entire home galaxy. We're talking about the combined power of hundreds of billions of stars. It's a scale of existence that borders on the divine. A Type 3 civilization might draw power directly from the supermassive black hole at the galactic center, a source of energy more potent than millions of suns. They would be masters of their cosmic domain, a true galactic empire. A Type 3 civilization would be easy to spot, even from other galaxies. Their engineering projects would alter the very appearance of their galaxy. They might dim entire star clusters as they enclose them in Dyson spheres. They could move stars around, arranging them into more efficient configurations. To us, they would be indistinguishable from gods. They would be a species that has transcended its biological origins and become a force of nature on a galactic scale. This is the ultimate destination on Kardashev's roadmap. It's a vision of life achieving a level of power and influence that spans across the cosmos, a true master of the stars.